A polarizing figure who's created a blockchain and made a lot of waves along the way. Justin Sun is a tough guy to get a hold of, but we breached the Tron wall and finally had the opportunity to ask Justin some of the tough questions surrounding the Steem takeover, his online banter with Vitalik, and the future of Tron. We may never get this chance again, so we hope you enjoyed this no-holds-barred interview with Justin Sun on episode number 410 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Hey guys, this is Charlie Shrem from Crypto IQ, and you are shremming it up with the Bad Crypto Podcast. Stay bad and stay crypto.
Welcome to the Bad Crypto Podcast, the show for the crypto curious and the crypto serious, and today the crypto Tronists. There are some people that are huge fans of Justin Sun in Tron, and there are others that do not like the man at all.
That is precise. And during this episode, we didn't pull any punches. We asked him all kinds of questions, and he didn't really shy away from anything.
Yeah, we finally got him on the show, and he spoke at Virtual Blockchain Week. And if you've missed that interview, that is this. And if you did hear it, you might want to go back and listen again because there's some secret hidden messages in there. And if you could find them and tell us what they are, we'll give you a bad coin.
That's really nebulous.
They're so secret, I don't even know what they are.
Wow, I didn't even realize we were so secretive. Top secret, top secret.
I think, Travis, we're somewhere in the ballpark now of 9 million downloads of this show since we began in July 2017. We're going to be celebrating our third birthday here coming up in July. So maybe we'll have to do something special. Also coming up, this is episode 410, but 420 is coming up. And you told me you wanted to do something unique for that.
Yeah, I wanted to do a podcast all about crypto and heroin. Wait, crypto and cannabis. Yeah, 420, crypto and cannabis.
So that'll be the Bad Crypto Podcast.
That will be. We'll have to put podcast on that one.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave it to you to pull that together then, and I will be here by your side as always for that show. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor at eToro and to all of you who are smart enough to take advantage of the offer that we have for you. For a limited time, you can get $50 in free Bitcoin from the Bad Crypto Podcast. If you are in the United States of America, go download the eToro app. You have to go through this link to get the $50 in Bitcoin. You have to. You must sign up through this link, badco.in/eToro. It's a great app. They've got copy trading, social trading. It's competitive. The fees are low. badco.in/eToro. Follow the instructions on that page and get $50 in free Bitcoins.
Here comes Justin Sun, baby. Today, we have the founder and CEO of Tron, but not only Tron, they've acquired BitTorrent. They have acquired Steem recently, which I hope he chats about that in his presentation. And Tron is one of the world's top 10 crypto projects, and a lot of dApps are being built on that, especially their Web 4.0 blockchain dApp platform. In 2017, Forbes named him in the top 30 under 30 in Asia and Forbes 30 under 30 China. So he's been doing some amazing stuff. Not only that, he's a protege of the Chinese tycoon Jack Ma, who created Alibaba. He's got a master's degree. I believe he did some stuff with Ripple early on as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Virtual Blockchain Week, the one and only Justin Sun. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Great to have you on the show.
Good to see you, man. I know people are eager to hear from you. We're actually streaming live a number of places, and one of those places is dlive.tv. So you're talking to your tribe tonight.
Thank you so much.
So I just discovered just a week or so ago that Tron actually owns DLive TV. When did that take place, and where do you see the future of blockchain and online streaming?
I think we finished the acquisition at the end of 2019. So and also definitely I see a lot of the potential of the blockchain live streaming. Our data have been double since 2020. So right now, DLive reached to 500,000 daily active users and above like 4 million monthly active users. And we expected the data to grow at the end of the year. I think we will be like reach to like 1 million daily active users. So definitely I'm very optimistic about the future.
It's very interesting. Now, we would be remiss if we did not talk about this whole Steem thing, because it's really interesting because, in the crypto world, everyone's thinking, okay, Steem's decentralized. How can somebody acquire something that's decentralized? And then also maybe talk about the scenario of how a lot of these exchanges actually use their customer Steem that was being held on the exchanges to vote for you to be able to take over Steem. If you could maybe talk about that, because I think that our audience has a lot of questions about that, because I think it's probably the most controversial thing in 2020 besides the coronavirus.
Yeah, sure. First of all, we don't think the acquisition is the right word to describe the partnership between Tron Foundation and Steem and Steem Inc. And at the beginning, we didn't use the word acquisition. We will more talk about partnership. So basically, is the Steem Inc. is the leading enterprise in the Steem ecosystem. So basically, you can see Steem Inc. take a certain percentage of the tokens inside of the Steem ecosystem. And also, Steamy.com is one of the most important apps in the ecosystem. So that's the like more like the relationship. So like we can take for example like Bitcoin like example, like Bitcoin like Steem is definitely decentralized. But one of the like company like they hold lots of the like Bitcoin, right? So we can take like Satoshi Inc. So they hold some of the Bitcoin. So that's like the only like the relations between the like the company and the blockchain. So definitely we won't like use a word like acquire like blockchain to describe the situation. So I think it is more like a partnership between the Tron and the Steem Inc. And the Steem Inc. definitely have some influence on the Steem blockchain because they are running one of the largest dApps blockchain. So that's for the first thing. And then the second thing I think is so basically the first of all, when Steem Inc. get into the Steem ecosystem, so we find out our assets was frozen by some malicious actors. So you can just like take like a Bitcoin as the example. Some, but I'm not sure the same thing gonna happen in the Bitcoin world. But you can just take like some of the malicious miners. They target very specific on some certain of the users in the Bitcoin world. For example, like the people don't agree with those miners and Satoshi himself, and try to freeze all the, basically they already did it. So they freeze all the assets of those users. So that's why we collaborate with the exchange to get those funds recovered. Basically, that's like the thing we are doing here. So that's why we believe we are doing the right thing, not only because we respect the sanctity of the private property. So that's like one of the bottom line I think is very important in the blockchain. So that's why we just recover the funds. That's like the only thing we do. We didn't do anything other than that. So you can see it's like we collaborate with some third parties to refund all the funds for the users, which already guaranteed by the secret key they hold, right? The reason why they hold their secret key is they want to get full access to their funds. So that's like the only thing we do. And after that, we leave all the decision like made by the Steem community. So right now, Steem
they still have a voice. They're able to share what they want, and it's not wasn't really a takeover. It's not Justin Sun's Steem now. It's still the community. So it just pissed off some people, though, didn't it?
Exactly, definitely. We have like a very good track record. Like Tron community also run by themselves. So we just help them, right? So our position is more like we are willing to help, right? So, and they can just run on their own. So we are in the position to help the community grow, right? Just like every crypto community in the world.
Well, one of the responses of the community has, been to support the hard fork of Steem that came out, Hive, right? And Hive has really taken off. Certainly there's a little bit of backlash there. I'm wondering what your thoughts are on that.
So first of all, we respect people's rights to fork, like Ethereum Classic and also like Bitcoin Cash, right? So there is already a lot of the fork in the industry. Which we didn't agree is when Hive do the hard fork, they actually frozen and take all the funds of those people who disagree with them. So not only us, but also like all the community in Korea and China, they just take their funds in the Hive blockchain. So it's not like a 100% like hard fork. And what they do basically is steal from my perspective. I can like give you like an example. It's like you doing like a Bitcoin Cash hard fork, but in the new hard fork, you take all the Bitcoin communities don't agree with the hard fork, or they just don't agree with you. So you take all their funds in Bitcoin Cash. I just don't believe this is the right thing to do.
I want to maybe chat like from way back whenever you got started, because I find that it's interesting that you've been mentored by Jack Ma, who is the main entrepreneur in China. Like when was the time frame when you were being mentored by him, and was cryptocurrency, is this something that you and him like talk about, and is that something that they're sort of thinking about with Alipay to sort of loop some of that stuff in? Because I think that you have a unique connection with him, and he's one of the most powerful entrepreneurs in the world. And how does the crypto ecosystem going on in his mind? Do you have any conversations with him around that?
Yeah, definitely. The mentorship is back to like 2015. So at that time, I was just in like very early days of develop my cryptocurrency company. So back then, it's like 5 years ago already. So time flies, it's five years ago. So when I first get into the Hupai University, I think the university is mainly about the entrepreneurship. Jack Ma wants to give back to the community and the society after he gets his company listed in New York Stock Exchange. So he started to shift some of his time to educate the new like entrepreneurs and to make sure they understand how to make their enterprise successful. Because Jack Ma always says entrepreneurship itself is charity. So if you can be like a good entrepreneur, it's definitely you benefit lots of the people. So that's why he started Hupai University in the first place. And I think Jack Ma is also one of the the earliest people to see the potential of the blockchain and the cryptocurrency. Because back to 2015, I'm already doing crypto stuff. And Jack Ma admit that, and I got admission to the university, which is already telling the truth because the university is very strict standard. There's only like 30 people can get into the university, and I was the
30 people per a year or per semester?
Yeah, per year. Yeah. Wow. And I was the only crypto people at that time. So that's why I believe they definitely think blockchain and cryptocurrency has huge potential. And around 2016, I arranged the first tour for all the Hupan and entrepreneurs to visit lots of the crypto companies. We visit Ripple, and also we visit Draper University, lots of the meet Team Draper, and lots of the people are like active in the cryptocurrency world. So I arranged like a tour for them. So that's like why I believe like 2016 they spent also some of the time on exploring the crypto and the blockchain. And after like 2017, when the crypto really takes off, I also have like because at that time, when the cryptocurrency take off, there gonna be a lot of the controversial like articles, and everybody is talking about blockchain, not like in a very positive way, I would say, in 2017. So that's why I also have like a conversation with Jack Ma, and he's still up for the cryptocurrency and the blockchain. Not only him, but also like Shi Yuzhu, he is also like one of the mentor in Hupan University. They will always say like, you need to give like innovation a time, as long as they didn't like break the law, you need to allow them to explore themselves, to do the experiments, that's like the cost of the innovation, So that's why I think he has always been the one who really like helps the crypto community and blockchain to grow in China. So I definitely believe he has lots of the very positive impact on the blockchain.
You mentioned the word controversy, and you seem to be a bit of a lightning rod for it in the space, and there's a number of reasons for that, but one of them is around Tether. It's been noticed that a curious amount of Tether has been issued on the Tron blockchain. So the question is, what are some of the benefits of the partnership for Tron and Tether, respectively? And then more specifically, what advantages does Tron offer over other platforms that have USDT issuances?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So recently we just passed like $1 billion. I think this is a huge recognition from the crypto community. I think Tron has several benefits. The first advantage is Tron transaction is free. It's completely free, and also at the same time we don't have the traffic jam like Ethereum and Omni recently they always have this kind of the traffic jam, so you can't like send your transaction in a fast speed. So the Tron transaction is always instant and free. This is like extremely important for the traders because when they trade the cryptocurrency, especially in the bull markets like yesterday, and in the like bear market in the March 12th, like every second counts, right? So if they can't like credit their funds into the exchange like after like 30 minutes, the price is changed like dramatically, maybe like already like $10 down, or like 10% down, or 10% up. So that's why I think this is extremely important. If we have like a stable coin, it's instant and free. So that's why I believe lots of the market makers and the traders these days has been adopted like TRC20 USDT. And I believe at the end of the year, we can occupy at least the 50% of the USDT market share. So that's why you can see the Tron market share has been always grow. So that's why I believe we're gonna surpass like Omni, and at the same time will be like 50-50 to Ethereum. So I think Ethereum will be suitable for those person don't care about speed of the transaction and how long they're gonna get their token into the exchange, but they may care about they can use the USDT inside of Ethereum network, right? So Ethereum has like a DeFi ecosystem too. They can use like USDT to interact with like other protocol and dApps. But if they really care about interact with the exchange and they want to credit their funds like earlier, and they really want to like trade instantly, I think Tron will be their best choice.
Right on. So I want to ask about the amazing lunch with Warren Buffett, right? So Joel and I were going to go to San Francisco. We were going to be part of that whole festivities, and then you had to cancel at the last minute. So I was sort of curious about that. So what was the real story about why you had to cancel that? Because it said, was you pressured to cancel that, one? And two, whenever you did meet with Warren Buffett, what was the best advice that he gave you, and maybe his real thoughts around crypto? Because he said he thinks it's rat poison and thinks it's horrible. You know, maybe talk about that meeting and that first, because we were so excited, and then he canceled. You were sick or something, or maybe the Chinese government told you had to not meet him yet, or something. What happened with all that?
Sure, definitely. So first of all, I believe the lunch with Warren Buffett is definitely like one of the most important moments for the crypto community. Because even though I know lots of the people in the crypto community, they might not like Warren Buffett because of he always calls like cryptocurrency is like rat poison or something. But I always believe time will change like everybody's opinion. And the most important things we can change, like what Warren Buffett believes is our achievement and accomplishment, right? So definitely I believe like even like in 2019, Warren Buffett already like realized the value of the blockchain. And at the year of 2020, when we talked to them, I definitely think he already become like 50-50. He recognized the valuation of the blockchain, but at the same time, he is still like very hesitant about the cryptocurrency. So that's why I believe it's definitely. I mean, maybe next year we're gonna see like more achievement, and definitely we can see he's changing his idea.
So, what about the first part of that question? What happened initially to the meeting that was supposed to happen and then got delayed?
So basically, I believe first of all, this is about the like the cancellation, but definitely this is only because I'm getting sick. But also, I want to say is because at that time I also believe the Warren Buffett lunch become a little bit controversial because the people sees like the opinion difference between crypto community and the Warren Buffett, and also at that time I think it's kind of like out of control. So that's why I think the postpone is also have good impact on like cool down a little bit, and eventually we start the lunch and talk with Warren Buffett and get lots of the feedback from him. So definitely, I believe the whole thing is very positive.
There's a little bit of a public feud going on between you and Vitalik Buterin of Ethereum. Yeah. He's been very straightforward with what he thinks of some of the projects you've been involved in, and how do you respond to him and other critics who would say that your business model basically is purchasing existing networks and then looking to integrate Tron into those platforms rather than innovating your own unique applications and services? Yeah,
totally. First of all, I definitely like respect Vitalik's work and his achievement in the crypto community. I think he's like one of the most important person in this industry. So I definitely like respect like everything he do. But also at the same time, I believe like Tron take a different approach compared to Ethereum. So we are like more focused on the user experience side of the things. You can, for example, you can see the USDT experience, right? So when we are trying to launch like USDT, we take like USDT more like a consumer product. So we want to serve the traders, we want to serve the market makers, and we want to serve like everybody is using USDT to have the best user experience. So that's why we started Tron in the first place. So like Tron is also compete with Ethereum in the app ecosystem. So that's like the thing we do. You might notice like recently we reached the partnership with Samsung. So we also provide like a distribution channel for the dApps. Like every dApp developers, they can feel free to distribute their apps into Samsung Galaxy Store. So actually Samsung like featured all the Tron stuff yesterday. So that's why I think that's like the same different approach we are taking. So we want to be like more product focused and want to be more business focused. And we want to serve our community as a customer and provide them with the best experience and the most professional services.
Now, I got to say this, BitTorrent has been something that I've been a fan of for many years. And then you guys acquired BitTorrent a couple of years ago. What is the long-term version or long-term vision of Tron plus BitTorrent? How are they going to work together because with the media sharing aspect? Yeah,
definitely. Some people like, because BitTorrent is very popular since like 2003, like early 2000s. So some of the people may think like BitTorrent is kind of like obsolete or like BitTorrent is out of time. But I want to share like some data here today. Like BitTorrent actually is very popular these days, still among the, even not considered the decentralized world, but also as an internet product is still like very popular. Our DAU and MAU and also the daily active users in the whole BitTorrent ecosystem, not only like BitTorrent and uTorrent, but also like everything has been like very popular since the early days. And after COVID-19, our data actually increased 30%. Is very huge if you considering the user base of BitTorrent. So basically we are adding up like 30 million of the monthly active users in COVID-19 period. So you can see the user base is still a very large user base. And also the same time, after we acquire BitTorrent, I think first of all, we have two objects. So first of all, we invest a lot of the money and the resources into BitTorrent ecosystem and combine the BitTorrent ecosystem with the crypto ecosystem. So we offer like BitTorrent Speed, BTFS services to our customer. So we're gonna roll out to a large percentage of our users in 2020. So I think in 2020 you can see the majority percentage of our existing user base, which means 100 million active users, they will start to use crypto as a services to accelerate their downloading in the BitTorrent ecosystem and also to spend money for the decentralized storage. And also the second part we has been like invest a lot of the money is web experience. So lots of the people has been get used to use BitTorrent as a client in the Windows and Mac. But this year, the majority of our energy is to roll out uTorrent web and BitTorrent web. So it's like it's kind of like Netflix and YouTube kind of the user experience.
I got to tell you, I don't like that at all. I prefer to have it as a client, so then I can monitor how much of the energy it's using when it's tapped into the browser. It seems to be more of a wonky experience. I think that maybe some of the old Gs who've been using BitTorrent for years prefer to have it as a standalone browser, so you can monitor it and see how much of your energy it's taking. When you put it as on the web, then I'm using Chrome, and Chrome is already a resource hog, and so now you're making Chrome worse.
So basically, we definitely has lots of the job to do there, to improve the user experience, to make like everybody like the product. Actually, we do a little bit like launch in the Mac this year. So we didn't support like clients anymore, and we offer like uTorrent web and the BitTorrent web on Mac. From the data we collect from the Mac, actually, I believe the user like the product. So they are very active on the Mac product. But definitely, I mean, on the Windows, we will keep the both options. So if you don't like the UT web experience, you can switch back to the clients and use it. That's like no problem. But also, I believe the web is the future. Is for several reasons. First of all, web is easier to update in the first place. So it's way easier to update the clients, and it's way easier to have like one user experience for everybody. And also the second thing, is also web is very easy to do the streaming services. So you can see today's DLive, and we are also going to like launch decentralized live. We have been like also working, pull lots of our time out. So I think you will see in the future decentralized live streaming services will also be available.
That does make sense. Tying in BitTorrent with DLive and creating decentralized streaming. That makes sense to me.
Well, just as we get ready to wrap up here, let's just talk about the future. What do what's next for Tron and for the crypto space in general?
I think close to the halving. So right now we're seeing a lot of the momentum, right, from the crypto community. And also at the same time, I believe this year, DeFi is one of the like most important things. Recently, we are also focused on. For example, we collaborate with Just Network to launch the decentralized platform on Tron. So these days, you can easier to take TRX as a collateral and also put to get USDJ as a stable coin. So we are launched on the May 5th on Poloniex. So everybody can go to the Poloniex to get JST token. And also we airdrop all the JST token to the existing TRX users. So if you want to get JST tokens, you can just hold TRX.
Is that JST, the Justin Sun Tron token?
So it's not like named after me. So we just name it Just Token. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, Justin, we appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for joining us for Virtual Blockchain Week. I know you've got a busy day ahead of you. We'll let you go run with it. And so we brought him on live, and the team, after going back and forth with our producer multiple times, said that he was going to be delivering a presentation. So he was going to have slides and deliver a talk, and basically we would, back away from the cameras and the microphone and let him do his thing. And he came on, and I said, "So I understand you've got a presentation." He's, "No." Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had to come up with all these questions on the fly.
Which was actually, for me, it was better because we got to ask him these questions that a lot of people have wanted to ask him. And I think afterwards, his team was probably, "Hey, this was not approved." And I don't know for sure what happened, but I don't know if he'll ever come back again.
Right.
He was cool.
He was a nice guy. He handled it all nicely. Mm-hmm. And just think about it. I mean, you listen to that interview. What amazing questions that we had. We're super genius right there with no preparation.
Do you need a pat on the back?
Yeah. Should I play more guitar?
Well, maybe you can play us out here in a minute. But first of all, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show and subscribing and sharing. We are debuting our new show focused on digital collectibles and NFTs on Friday, which is going to be May the 29th. It's going to be live, and it's called The Nifty Show.
Yes. It's all about digital collectibles and NFTs. So the word nifty has NFT in it. You get it? So,
see, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about all the cool things, the collectibles, cards, the different tokens, and all the cool ways that you can use it. They're not just cards and games and fun. I mean, you can put business cards on in an NFT. You can put coupons. You can do all kinds of offers and different things. So we put our marketing hat on and we said, man, this is really, really going to be a way that people are going to tiptoe into the crypto.
Oh,
you like that?
Tiptoe to the crypto. Well, we're streaming this show live to all of the places, right? It's going to be on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, on our Twitter account. It's going to be on DLive. But we really want to encourage the citizens of the Republic of Bad Cryptopia to watch on Theta TV. It is a decentralized live streaming network where you can earn crypto, we can earn crypto, and it kind of says to the other mainstream outlets, all right, you're fine, but this is the future. And so if you'll go now and just get signed up, go to nifty.show/theta, THETA. nifty.show/theta. And we want you to come join us on Friday, 4 o'clock Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific. Figure out your time zone if you're not in one of those. And it's going to be live. So we're going to be watching the chat room. It's not going to be a, produced show that's edited like this podcast. It's going to be, here we are. We're going to talk about the latest news. We're going to have visuals to show you NFTs. We're going to talk about what we think is coming next. And you want to be a part of this because NFTs and digital collectibles are going to play a key role in the mass adoption of crypto and blockchain.
Yeah, if you haven't told by now, we're excited about it. Right, we like it. We can tell we're having fun with it, and we normally go where the fun leads us because Mr. Joe Comm wrote a book called the Fun Formula. So he's all about the fun and the phone.
The FLAN formula, is that a recipe?
Phone formula.
The phone formula. Buy a phone, use it. Sometimes even as a phone. Yeah, it's going to be really a lot of fun to do this show. We're not putting a hard time limit on it. We will be recording it and then putting out the audio version as a podcast. But this is kind of a really interesting opportunity for you to engage with us, to ask questions as we go. We'll be bringing in guests. We'll have interviews, from week to week. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. It is going to be live. And Mr. Travis Wright and I are taking that next step. We're going to have some surprises, no prizes, just yes, Mr. Surprise.
Well, there will be an NFT on most episodes. I don't think on the first one we are, just because we're setting everything up and getting things rolling and in place. Mm-hmm. But if you are a fan of NFTs, there will be NFTs for you.
Yeah, you're not going to want to miss it. Put it on your calendar. Friday, March, I keep forgetting the day every time I say it, the 29th. It's going to take place at
29th of May, not March. That was a couple months ago.
I'm sorry, May.
I think this lockdown's getting you, brother.
The brain cells are just, with every day we're quarantined. Actually, in Denver, a lot of people are getting out and about.
Dispensaries are open. That's great.
Well, they've been open. I think they've been deemed essential all along.
Yeah.
You know what's essential? You guys are essential. Thank you for listening to the show, for supporting the show, for making it such a success that it is. Couldn't do it without you. We'll catch you on the next episode. Until then, please stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.